Welcome to Lift City. My name is Jacob Odell, and today we're going to be going over how to bulk properly. Today we're going to be covering three main topics, which are going to consist of the bulking process itself, our calories and percentages, and on top of this, our sleep and recovery processes along with them. If you would like to go on to a bulk, you first have to understand what a bulk is, and this would be considered the bulk process. So a bulk in and of itself is just the increase in calorie intake over a period of time. Now there's many avenues that you can pursue while being on a bulk, such as increasing your calorie surplus, or you can take a more alternative route where you increase your calorie surplus just a little bit so that you're not gaining excess fat. What I mean by this is you don't want to be consuming everything in your sight. None of that fast food junk, because that would be considered a dirty bulk. And today, we're trying to just teach you how to do a clean, not necessarily a super lean bulk, but just a clean bulk. When incorporating a surplus of calories, we want to focus on our proteins. And these are our amino acids, which are the building blocks to build muscles. Before going on your bulk, I would recommend understanding your body fat percentage. If you have a body fat percentage that is over 15%, then I do not recommend you go on this bulk. And the reasoning for this is because you already have so much fat on your body that you need to lose that before. See, most people go on a bulk so that they can get bigger muscles, almost to improve their physique. Some people do a bulk to improve their strength in their muscles. For your caloric surplus, you want to have a higher intake of protein and overall calories. Now, for an example, we'll use someone who is 170 pounds and wants to increase their weight to 180 pounds. Their day-to-day caloric intake is roughly 2,800 calories per day. If we take that number, 2,800, and multiply it by 10%, which is what the surplus should be including, you will get around 280 calories per day. And these 280 calories will be added onto the 2,800. And what you should be doing with that 280 extra calories is breaking it up into threes. But first off, we gotta break it up into twos because we wanna understand that we want more of a protein intake. So say we do this and we wanna have 140 grams of protein for somebody who's 170 pounds and wants to increase their weight to 180. With that leftover calories, however, will be split up in between our fats and our carbs. So that would be 70 grams for those two. If you are a beginner lifter, it is going to be much easier for you to gain weight. And with that said, you're going to want to increase your caloric surplus in order to get to this weight. As a beginner, your surplus should be around 15 to 20% being the max, which will alter your numbers greatly and also boost your caloric surplus. As for a more advanced lifter, it is harder to gain muscle in a shorter period of time. Therefore, you are in the long run of this, and you want to have a lower caloric surplus around the 10% mark. In our minds, the most important meal of the day is not necessarily breakfast while you're bulking. The most important meal is dinner. And the reasoning for this is because leading into your sleep period, you want to have the most effective protein intake right before bed. Now, with that said, you do want to include some carbs and some fats into your dinner, but at the same time, you really want to focus on the protein. So you want to be intaking at least 20 grams of protein during dinner. Maybe a couple grams of carbs here if you have potatoes, and a couple of fats here and there as well. It's okay if you begin to see some decline in your muscle definition. And this is the reason because you are increasing your calories, therefore you will be gaining some fat along the way. And this goes back to what we were talking about of how our fat storage needs to be reduced before we can bulk. A mistake that a lot of individuals make because of these results that they're seeing, such as fat gain and bulkiness, is that they quit halfway through. And don't do that, please, because once you quit, you're not going to see the end result. And I promise you the end result is going to be greater than the suffering of just 2 months of your life. You're going to see fat increase in your body, and you're going to see drastic changes occur in your lifestyle. But don't be discouraged. You have to continue moving forward with this bulk. It is going to make you better and stronger along the way. Sleep is where your anabolic period, synthesis period, and repair period all come together to create your growth hormones and other chemicals in your body that allow you to grow your muscles further. While you sleep, you have something called your REM cycle, which is your rapid eye movement. Now, during your non-rapid eye movement, you have an increase in blood flow and muscle repair, or more so of your tissue repair. And with that said, this is the part where your body increases the amount of fibers that are being repaired in your muscles. And lastly, recovery and rest days are some of the vital elements to improving your muscle gain. And during this bulk, make sure that you're taking rest days. If you aren't allowing your muscles to recover and repair themselves, then they aren't going to get bigger and stronger. Make sure that you're staying on a proper diet and a proper routine, and make sure that you're getting your sleep. I promise you it will have tremendous gains for you. Thanks for joining us here at Lift City today to learn about how to bulk